Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Saunch here. Welcome back to yet another installment here on the Bodybuilding News Network today. Now, Bodybuilding News Network today. That's not what it's called, but I mean today. We're making another video today. Anywho, if you enjoyed this style of content, please consider subscribing. Words are hard. It's like my fourth video today. We're going to go through the Legion Sports Festival's Men's Open Bodybuilding Pro Division lineup coming on tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that live stream. I will be posting it on my Instagram once I have the information. As Pua comes to join me for the coverage of the Men's Open Bodybuilding, there's a lot of great competitors that are going to be in this show. Some people I've had on the show, some people I hope to have on the show someday, but let's go ahead and just hop right into it as Pua shakes the whole table here. We're going to start off with Tonio Burton. Was very competitive in the 212, winning the Indy Pro, coming into the Olympia, and then I believe it was right before the Olympia, he actually did last year's Reno Sports Festival, placed in the top 4, I believe it was. He placed 3rd or 4th, maybe 5th. He did really well in the first call out for a open debut, and I was very impressed. I thought it was a phenomenal presentation from him. Since then, he did the Olympia in the 212, and then he did recently the Pittsburgh or the Orlando Pro, doing very well there as well. So you're going to be looking at him top 2, top 3 at this show, in my opinion. Next up, we have Jamie Christian Johal, or I think he just goes by Jamie Christian now. We saw him at the Yamamoto France Pro, and then he's going to be coming into this Legion Sports tomorrow, and then I believe he's going to try flying out to the Tsunami Pro the same day, so not sure how that's going to work with the time skipping, the time zone difference. I think that's going to be a crazy thing for him to be able to do, but if he's able to do it, kudos to him, very impressive. Expect Jamie to do very well. He finished 3rd at the France Pro, the inaugural France Pro, and I expect to see him also probably in the top 4, top 5 here. I've seen some people say he's going to win it. I don't know. I think he's still lacking a little bit of size and completeness in the back department from his back shots. But besides that, I really like him. Great structure, great physique. And a good person in general. He's enjoyable to talk, to listen to. Next up, we have Stan de Langlois. I do apologize. I know Xavier can say his name right. And from what I do remember, the last time we saw him was at the Canadian Super Show or the Toronto Super Show. I can't remember what that's called, or Vancouver Showdown. One of those Canadian shows, placing top 5, top 4. Not sure where we're going to see him. He's still growing since he came from Classic Physique, so I'm not sure how competitive he's going to be in the first 6, but I definitely think it's a possibility for him to land in the first call out, but expect him, I'd say, from 6th to 8th at this show. Next up, we have Raphael Del Real. Now, I'm not too familiar with this gentleman. It looks like he did some sort of Pro-Am show. I think he won his pro card there. Not sure what to expect from him. His last showing wasn't as conditioned as we'd like to see, especially if you're wanting to be competitive in that top 10, top 8. So I'm not sure where we're going to see him, but of course, best of luck to Mr. Raphael. Stephen Frazier, we just saw him, so the photos here are from the Indy Pro where he competed, but he just did the Masters, placing 2nd, I believe, in the 35 plus. So look for him to come in shape. He looked really, really good today, right? Or yesterday. He looked really good I think it was Friday we saw him. So expect him to do well. I'm not sure completeness-wise how competitive it's going to be since he is an older gentleman, but I mean, he looks really, really good. I couldn't imagine him falling outside, probably the top 8 to top 10. Next up, we have Ian Galley, another gentleman we saw from Canada do that Super Show, and he did very well there as well. I think he placed just above Stan. So if Stan got 5th, I think Ian Galley, I believe he got 4th. So one of those guys, again, probably expect him around the 6th to 8th, but great structure, Good flow, nice taper in the midsection. I'd like to see, as the cats harass each other, it's a zoo in here. I'd like to see a little bit more leg development, a little bit more leg thickness from the back and from the front. But overall, I think it's a really good, well put together physique. I remember seeing photos of him during the check-in, and I thought he looked pretty good. So keep an eye out for him. I think he's going to do well. Carlos Rodriguez Hernandez. This guy gets confused with another guy whose name is Carlos Rodriguez. So, very confusing there. I've messed it up a few times. I think we saw him last year. He did one of the super shows, or one of the Mexico shows, or one of those strange shows we've never heard of. And I thought he was in the top 4. I'm not sure where we're going to see him in this one. I still think he needs to work on his back from the from the back. Oh my gosh, upper back. I feel like he needs a little bit more width with the lats, and of course just thickness overall. But the legs are pretty good. I think he has a good set of legs. Just needs more muscle up top. But I do like his physique. Kenneth Jackson is the next one. He just won I believe it was 40 plus open at this Legion Sports Fest just yesterday. So he looks phenomenal, really good conditioned, great structure. I'd like to, if I'm gonna, compliment and then critique, I would like to see his back open up a little bit more on the back double. It looks like he's pinching the shoulder blades, and he's not opening up to spread the lats and add that width to the shot. So I'd like to see that. But overall, really good presentation from him, good conditioning, and he's the Masters champ. So best of luck with him in the open class. Now Eric Langlois, this actually really cool guy. He's commented on some stuff before. Seems really personable and down to earth. This is from 2020 Chicago, but he actually just did the Masters, placing, I believe it was 3rd. Eric, correct me if I'm wrong there. Not sure where we're going to see him on the open class. Maybe if he really dials it in. He looked, for the most part, pretty conditioned, but really not sure where we're gonna see him. But I like him. He's a cool dude, very personable, and best of luck. Now this one, dark horse. So this is going to be one of 2 of my dark horse picks. So Onwin, he placed, looks like 2nd or 3rd at the Cali Pro a few years ago. And since then, he just hasn't come in shape. He hasn't been dialed in enough, not dry enough, not lean enough, just hasn't hit the mark. He has the muscle, he has the taper, he has the structure. He just needs the conditioning. If he comes in shape the way I'm hoping he does, he could place top 3, easy top 3. If he doesn't come in shape, he's going to be lucky to land around that 6 to 8. So expect to see him. Hopefully he's conditioned. I really like the guy's structure. I think he was supposed to do the Cali Pro this year and didn't end up showing. So hopefully he is here. I thought I saw him in check-ins, but don't don't hold me to the fires on that one. Next up, we have Jojo pose. Jotaro. We have Jojo Nitaforo. Now, if he's competed since this 2019 New York Pro, please let me know. I couldn't find anything else from him. Looks like an older gentleman. The midsection's kind of blowing out around the obliques, which really hurts the placings. Overall, conditioning just wasn't there. Not a lot of separation in the muscle. Great upper body thickness and density from the side. Looks great. From the front, looks phenomenal. But as soon as you start getting into the midsection, it just starts to get a little distended outwards towards the obliques. So if he can make that correction in the last 3 years and bring in some superb conditioning, I would expect to see him in the top 10. Next up, we have Jorge Reyes. This guy could be a dark horse. I don't know how much size he's put on since, I think this is the 2020 New York Pro, but really nice structure, great taper, very, very tiny midsection, great flowing legs. You can see a little bit of the cross striations in the quads, great teardrops, phenomenal chest. I mean, just overall, just a really well put together bodybuilder and pro. Now, if he's been able to do some serious improvements in the last couple of years, this guy could come and really shock a lot of people. If I'm gonna do compliments critiques, I'd like to see more in the hamstrings, especially from the back. It really makes him look shallow. And then also just more overall thickness, maybe a little bit more posing to allow the back to spread and look better in the lighting. But I know that New York Pro, I think it was 2 years ago, really washed out the lighter skin fellas. So keep that in mind when we move forward. But I'd like to see him in the top 8. If he's not making a lot of improvements, he might fall to 10th. Another crazy dark horse, probably going to be in the top 4, is he goes by Emmanuel Longoria on Instagram, but sometimes on the tags it's Carlos Rodriguez, like we just said with Carlos Rodriguez Hernandez. So there's always going to be that little confusion there, especially when they do the same shows, Now, this guy, we just saw him at Texas. He wasn't in as great a shape as we'd like to see, but that was his best package to date. We haven't seen him that great, that grainy, conditioned, full. Just overall, he's been doing a really good job. He's been training out of Las Vegas at the Dragon Lair. So I'm hoping that him and I believe it's Chris Aceto, hopefully they can just continue to keep bringing in more better and better improved packages for Mr. Emmanuel Longoria. And also, I'd like to see him open up that back shot a little bit more. And also, he skipped a back double in his free posing routine. So, make sure you incorporate, and this is for all competitors, make sure you hit all the mandatories when you do your comparisons or when you do your individuals, because those are the photos that typically all of us commentators use. We usually don't go through the comparisons and snippet you out. We like to use when it's just you, because that's your time, and those are the photos that we want to use. Anywho, moving along, Justin Rodriguez, probably the favorite to win. I am not going to say he's going to win. I think I've gotten burnt enough times this season with different competitors being the favorites and then not winning. I'm going to put Justin in third. I think potentially Tony O'Burton could beat him out. I think Jamie could beat him out if he has really good conditioning. And I also think Carlos Longoria, Emmanuel Longoria, I think he could do very well and beat him out. Beyond that, I don't see anyone else that could potentially beat Justin Rodriguez. He has a very big, full body. Everything is complete. Shoulders are crazy, a little too crazy sometimes, but I still like him. I think he could place as high as first, but anything under third, I don't think is going to happen for him. But I'm not immediately going to give him the win here. A gentleman, potentially this is going to be our only pro debut here, from Russia, I do believe, Pavel Vashchenko. We haven't seen him from my records from the 2019 Russian Championships where he won his pro card. I like what I'm seeing here. Good structure, great flaring last. The delts look really nice. The oil, the lighting, everything about this show is great. Posing could use some work, but it's been 3 years since 2019, so he's had the time to make those adjustments. So hopefully with size and practice, he's going to bring a better, more improved package here to the Legion Sports Fest. And finishing it off, potentially, I think Todd Whiting, he did the Masters. He was in the top 5. Could do well at this show. I'm not too sure. I don't want to keep saying everyone's going to be in the top 10. So I'm not going to say that for Todd, but he does look really nice from these photos, which was a while ago, something like 2019, when he was still in the NPC Pittsburgh. So I love this show. I think this is going to be a phenomenal lineup, a surprising lineup because, I missed a couple shows, didn't commentate on them, but this one looks really good. I'm excited. If you enjoy this style of content, me putting the time in to make these graphics and share my thoughts on the complete lineup for Men's Open Bodybuilding for this year's Legion Sport Fest coming out tomorrow, October 9th, 2022, please consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. Look forward to my coverage of the Legion Sport Festival tomorrow. I will be careful because they have flagged my stuff before, so we probably won't have any video footage unless I find it on Instagram. So like, comment, subscribe. My name's Saunch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.